Yo, bartender.
Bar's closed.
Hey, yo, bartender, what's good, man? Let me get a drink, man. Let me get a shot.
Hey, man, I know you just put up to the bar, but we closed.
Come on, man. You gotta be able to give me a shot, man. Come on.
You look like you need a drink, man, but I hate to tell you this, man. We about to close.
So you need to tell me all these people out here, they got drinks and they got shots, but I can't get nothing. The bar closed that soon?
Okay, man, I don't know what else to say. I got this shorty half my age at the crib, and I'm trying to get to it. But last call was 10 minutes ago.
You know what? It's alright. Don't even worry about it. Don't worry about it.
All right. Tell you what, I'm gonna get you one drink, cause it look like you need it.
One drink? I can do one drink. I can do one drink, cause I really, yeah.
Hey, man, anything, man. Look like you got a lot on your mind and you need a friend right now. Pour it on me. Ain't no last calls here.
Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome to Bar Talk with Jay.
Welcome.
One of the things we're brought to you by is Go Green Recycling. Now, don't let the recycling part get you all messed up. The best thing I can tell you is they also deal with demolitions, trash, MSW, and all the things that you need away from your home. That's what we do over here at Go Green.
Yes.
The recycling is something we've always done, and then we can still recycle some of the things that you need done as well. But number one right now, what's going on is you need to get that trash away from you, and that's what we can do over here at Go Green.
Yes.
Now, I got to get back with you guys. With a person that comes in this bad boy each and every time with a smile. Craftmatic, how you doing that night, baby?
Hey, man, everything's beautiful, Jay.
Oh, I love it when you say
Everything's
things like that. I really do.
Yeah, everything's beautiful. I recall
Mhm.
that all the years of my life, somebody would ask my dad,
Mhm.
how you doing? He said, man, I'm loved.
Okay.
Man, I'm loved. I heard somebody recently say, man, if I was any better, they had to put me to rest or something. You know what I'm saying? He basically saying superb. You know what I'm saying life is superb, and I like to prophesy over my life, but it ain't to say I ain't got no problems and challenges, man. But I'm actually enjoying life, and getting ready to enjoy great fruits of my labor. You know what I mean? I'm excited about that.
Man, I tell you,
Yeah.
I have that thrill and excitement as well. You know, one thing I can tell, I've been working hard.
Ooh, man,
Mostly everything I've done from
30-something years now.
Yeah, from the business to the talk radio. You know, you put a lot in, but you know something? I'm starting to feel that I need to start putting more work in my faith. You know, because a lot of times I'm focused here and I'm focused there, and my faith takes me stronger in better places as well. It gives me that power to get up to be able to do these things. But I like to say that walk is just more encouraging when I spend just more time getting to know him, where he really understands what I'm trying to do, and I can find out exactly what my gift is that he has for me, in me, and get it out of me, and then let the world see as well. So that's a challenge that I definitely put on myself, because it's like I got these successes, but it's almost like, you know something, with him, I find greatness.
There you go. And he always will show you greatness. Great way to introduce our show. This is Bar Talk with Jay. My name is Craftmatic. This is my boy Smooth Jay.
In the building.
And we are here to liberate your minds and souls with a fabulous dialogue.
Yes.
Tonight we're going to be talking about past hurts. Past hurts. Do they make a difference? How to deal with them? How to get over them? What does that look like?
Oh my goodness.
And as a result of this conversation, we hope that you grow. We hope that you can find some healing in this conversation.
Yes.
One of the things that we marvel at is how much healing and how much intelligence and wisdom happens just in having a conversation.
Yes.
Just to talk things out. Sometimes we just get these innuendos of things we should do and shouldn't do, and we start to be improved just through the dialogue. And that's what this is about. So it's somewhat therapeutic, but once you get your first drink down, you usually open up, start telling the truth. So
pour it out.
So we're so glad you're here with us tonight. Of course, we always start the show off with a prayer. And we're going to hand our topic over to the Lord, shall we?
Oh, yes.
Heavenly Father, we come into your presence right now just thanking you for your goodness and your love and your peace and your patience and all the gifts that you bestow upon us. We ask, Heavenly Father, that you would give us the understanding of how to deal with past hurts, how to lighten our heart, how to find our way through what happened in the past, how to deal with the past, how to overcome the past. Give us some inspiration that will allow us to let go of the heavy weights and the dead weight of the past and move on to our most fabulous and most glorious future. We ask, Father, that you would inspire us in this show to speak a rhema word and have a fabulous conversation. In Jesus' name we pray.
Amen. Man, woo, that prayer right there. Hit home.
Because we need that. Right?
Yes, we do.
We need guidance. And that's what we just asked for. We just asked for guidance. I mentioned in one show very recently that most of life is internal.
Right.
And when you're dealing with something like past hurts, in most cases, you are the only one dealing with that thing.
Correct.
Nobody can see it. No, they can't understand it necessarily unless you tell them about it. They wasn't there. They don't know what you went through.
Nope.
Right? And even sometimes we don't know what we went through.
Don't even want to recall it.
We don't want to, but we're hurting. Right? We're hurting about something that happened yesterday or last year or several years ago. And, you know, one of the things we keep saying on this show is nobody's healing, right? And I think, you know, we're going to have to find a way ultimately in our spirit. And here's the challenge for everybody. Okay. We are all ultimately going to have to find a way to let go of the past and grab on to the future. And that's not an easy thing to do.
No, it's not.
Right. I learned in my psychological research days that the average person will develop their dominant behavioral style when they're about 6 or 7 years old. And they'll be that person for the rest of their life. And statistics will say that the average person will change less than 15% in a lifetime.
Wow.
And so, let's say you spent 20 years, 10, 15, 20 years holding on to a past hurt. Statistics would say that you're never going to let it go. Statistics would say that you're going to hold on to that hurt and that pain for the rest of your days. Wow. And not only are you going to hold on to it in your emotional pains, but it's going to change your behavior. Those past hurts create fear now about your future. Those past hurts diminish you so that you don't operate at full potential, so that you don't get the most out of life anymore, right? And one of the premier hurts and pains is love, right? And you know, we all know stories about people who fell in love when they were young. They were 18 to 25 or whenever, and then they got the heart broken. Right. And once they got their heart broken, they were never the same. They were never whole and complete. They never felt like they could live life without somebody in their life. And so they kept attracting the same person over and over and over because they didn't get healed of that hurt, that loving hurt. They kept taking the pain from relationship to relationship to relationship. Imagine being in a relationship with somebody who got hurt 20 years ago and they're still playing those hurt tapes. They're still not letting me in their world because they don't trust. They still, they want to look through my phone because their last boyfriend did something or cheated, right? That makes it difficult to find love and stay in love, right? And listen, we all are aware that love is not enough. So I could love you dearly, But I may not have years to help you overcome that struggle that you had because you're not willing to change, because you keep holding on to it over and over. You keep playing the same tapes. You keep treating me like you treated your ex.
Thank you.
Right? So past hurts can damage us. It's almost like we're damaged goods trying to go forward, right? And you know, if something happened to your eye, right? You get your eye hurt, right? And when you try to move forward, things aren't as clear. And so until you get that eye fixed, you're not going to have clarity. Right? So the problem is I got this thing that put my eye out some time ago in my past, but now I can't see, and I need to figure out how to overcome that. I need to figure out how to get rid of this feeling. I have this feeling, and here's how it will manifest. This is not me talking. This is a third party. I have this feeling that I'm not valued. I have this feeling that I'm not appreciated. I have this feeling that I'm not enough. I have this feeling that there are no good people in the world. There are no good men in the world. There are no good jobs in the world. There are no, I have this feeling like things just aren't going to work out. I'm just waiting on something bad to happen. Right? Right? Every time I get up and I dust myself off and I get started again, next thing you know, some more bullshit happens.
Correct.
Right? What is that? That is a person that's living and operating with a mentality of a past hurt. Right? What do you do, Jay?
Let me tell you, great question. And one of the things I got to tell you is you got to learn some things. And the first time I went through a lot of my past hurts, I worked and I ignored them and I pushed them off to the side. These are the things I'm telling you that did not help. All right. And because of that, that's why I kept that burden of hurt with me, because I didn't address it. I didn't take time to analyze it. I just pushed it out my head and just trying to say that's life and that's just how things go. So I tried to ignore it. And then it creeped back into the next relationship.
Yes.
Because it never got addressed.
Yes.
So again, what I'm saying this to you is, again, we all have to figure out how to maneuver through this. When I first went through it, I didn't maneuver quite well. And then it went to my next one. I didn't take the time to really evaluate my feelings until I started noticing a lot of relationships was going in the same way. It was all spiraling in a negative way. Did not like that. So what I have to say, is what I had to turn around and start looking at is the things that I can control.
Right.
And then I had to start looking at the hurts and then understanding where the hurt came from.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of times in relationship, people don't really realize where the hurt comes from. The one when you really care for that other person, but then the things that you let go during that relationship. I sacrificed a lot of times, a lot of things I wanted to do because I wanted to make that person happy. I didn't always have that happiness within me, so I made somebody else happy. So when it didn't work, my hurt was from the things that I gave up for that person. And I forgot about the happiness inside of me. So I was feeling really miserable, thinking that I needed that person because I'm not happy. So that right there challenged me to realize that there were some things I was doing that made me happy, and I got away from them when I got in this relationship with this person. So I had to trick my mind to get back to the things that made me happy. And I had to start building myself back up, but I had to stop just jumping into relationships, because that's where I kept continuing to do things that didn't make a lot of sense. So when I took time to get back to things that I like to do, things that brought me happiness, then I started evaluating relationships in a lot better way, more healthy. It's not about her making me happy. I'm already happy. Can you add value to? And then I can start seeing that they had hurts. I can start seeing that they had trauma. Okay? I wasn't certified to fix anything, but now I'm able to recognize because I'm not giving that. I'm not giving that energy back. So now that you're giving it to me, I can recognize it and I can start seeing, okay, there's more here now.
Yes.
And maybe we need to have another conversation or a deeper conversation because I'm hearing something that's making me uncomfortable because that's not where I want to be no more. I was there though. So we have a more detailed, interesting conversation that leads us to know each other better. And it leads us in a healthier direction. Because again, a lot of times you don't recognize what you do, you tend to repeat what you do. And pushing your problems off on somebody else is not fair to them. Just the same as them pushing their problems off on you. Men absorb, okay? If a woman comes to me with a problem, I'm like a pressure relief person.
Mhm.
I'm going to take that problem, try to find a way to relieve the pressure off of her. That's what I tend to do.
Right.
Sometimes it's too much pressure. It's just too much there. I'm not a person that can fix everything, but you can't tell me that when I'm in a relationship with a person. I do. Because that's my woman, and that's what I feel like I'm designed to do. And again, that's where we kind of put ourselves in position where we fail, is because if you're not totally healthy and you're not happy, you're taking on something that's going to cause you problems and can bust your own pipe.
There you
So,
go.
and that's what I don't want. And
Yeah.
that's what could have caused bigger issues with me. But what I did do is I took the time to get back to my happiness, and then I start recognizing what other people was doing.
Hey,
What we got to say?
Well, the one thing that you said earlier when you said you're sacrificing,
Mhm.
when you say you're sacrificing, when you're sacrificing, you're operating in a lack mindset, as if there's not enough to go around, which creates resentment.
And I'm totally what you're saying is right. And again,
You got to operate in an abundance mindset, so
Right.
never sacrifice for someone.
and the sacrifice came from, again, I remember I said it earlier, I wasn't happy. All right. So it wasn't an abundance because I didn't even see all the things that I was lacking anyway. But I was trying to fulfill someone else. And that's when you kind of out of balance. And that was me. And I'm talking for me. I'm not saying this from anyone else. I talk for me because I know everybody want to come because you can't tell me nothing about me. I learned this about me. And it's something I didn't like. And it's one of the things that I had to recognize and I had to make change to. And that's why I kept running my cup empty. I stopped forgetting about all the things that I was doing. But that's why my hurt was so deep because I was sacrificing and doing things out of getting somebody else a happiness that I didn't possess myself. Now, you can't tell me that makes any sense.
Yeah, and you know the sacrifice in the relationship is healthy because what you're doing is you're giving up something that you want for them,
Correct.
right? And in a normal, healthy, maybe even a little less than healthy relationship,
Mhm.
that's a part of the relationship is that I don't do some things or don't get some
Right.
things because we're working for something together
Mhm.
or because I want you to have something, right? That's in the relationship. But sacrifice after the relationship looks like I can't believe I spent 3 years of my life spinning my wheels for this person and I'm left with nothing, right? And that kind of mindset it will create resentment, right?
Okay.
Because you will start to resent the person who you poured into and they didn't pour back into you,
Correct.
right? Or they didn't pay you back, so to speak, whether it be time, money, effort, love, or whatever the case may be. Jay, you were crushing it. And I just want to cover these just from a topical perspective, right?
Yeah.
And these are just like nail points that Jay was talking about. First thing he said he did was ignored his past hurts.
Mhm.
The wrong thing to do. It may take you some time to look into that mirror, but the sooner you look into the mirror, the sooner you'll be ready to move forward,
Mhm.
right? And when you look into the mirror and you face yourself and you face these past hurts, Jay said, analyze it.
Yes.
Really analyze it. If you want to, have chessboard and this was their fault and this is my fault and this is their fault, that's whatever it takes for you to do. But you're hurting because you have no resolution to what happened.
Mhm.
And the resolution that you need can only come from within. The resolution that you need is not going to come from them saying they did this, that, and the other.
Mhm.
It's not going to come from any of that. It's going to come from you having a conversation with yourself. So you're going to analyze it. You're going to break it down. You're going to ask the question, where did the hurt come from? And then when you realize that, hey, the hurt came from, I sacrificed a lot for this person. I sacrificed a lot, but you really probably shouldn't ask questions. What if I never met them? You're kind of doing yourself damage when you. What if I had put them 10 years over here? That's gonna make you more mad because you might have been 10 times. You think you would have been 10 times ahead of where you were.
Worse.
Than you were with them. So that question, shoulda, coulda, woulda, has to stay out of your head, right? Because when you saying shoulda, coulda, woulda, you're bouncing reality off of an old reality, off of a perceived reality. Now you're going down a rabbit hole, right? If I would have did this, if I should have did this, I could have did this.
Woulda, coulda, shoulda.
You're still talking about actions that have no value for your future.
You didn't take them. Right?
But you cannot beat yourself up. And that's one of the things that Jay said that I really like, right? To some degree, what he was suggesting is stay away from the hurts. Try not to remember them. If you at any moment find yourself recalling how you felt when someone was talking down to you 10 years ago,
right.
Snatch yourself back into the present moment, right? Snatch yourself back into the present moment and go and have a conversation about something else. Go watch some cartoons, put on a music video, put on a comedy show, call your best friend, call your mom, call somebody for tomorrow. But do not allow yourself to have those discussions about yesteryear, because all it's doing, all the past hurt is doing is stealing a part of your today.
Ooh, say it again.
It's stealing a part of your present moment, right? Jay mentioned that ultimately the goal is to move on. But you won't move on until you're resolved in your heart and mind, and you cannot get resolved in your heart and mind until you tell yourself that you're okay with what happened. Right. You understand it. I see it. I know where I messed up. I know where I made the wrong decision. I know where they messed up. I understand it now. I'm good with it. Let's move on. We're not going to do that again. Right? Also know that with past hurts, time is your best friend.
Yes.
If you've been hurt, you need time. You need space. You need a new routine. You need to re-engineer yourself. You need to play a little bit. Don't go back into another relationship, right? Time is your best friend.
Let me jump in on that, Tom.
Go ahead.
How it can help you in future. At the time, I went through a lot of different things. People would say things to me and they never gave me time to adjust. How can you tell me about things I do and you don't give me time to absorb, recognize, and see behavior that can be changed if I choose to change it? So when I would tell somebody new to come into me and they're telling me some things that I probably don't like, but they're going to tell me about myself and things that I'm doing, I always want to make sure they understand. Give me time to accept. Give me time for I can see what I can do, and then I can come back with a resolution. You can't expect a person to change overnight. Just like if I told her something and something she was doing bothered me, I can't expect somebody just to hear it and expect them immediately to change when it's in their personality. But hopefully, if I tell you something, it's because I'm seeing something that I see more into you. I know you're bigger than this. So I'm going to tell you some things that might not sit well with you, but I know it'll better you because I see you as a great person. And I'm going to speak to you like you're a great person. I'm not going to shake my head and I'm not going to give you some things that I just feel. I know you're a great person, but sometimes your delivery is rough. How you come is really rough, but I want to make sure it's clear where I don't have the feeling that you're disrespecting me. I don't want that feeling. But I got to have that conversation. And then I got to give her time to adjust. And then I got to give her time to come back. And then she can tell me a resolution, or she can show me a better person. This is what she chooses. But what I notice is a lot of people expect you just to change immediately when it's not really normal for a person to hear something and immediately just change. I have to accept what you say. First of all, you can't just give me everything and expect me not to challenge some of the things that you say. But when I hear a wrong and I know it's something that I didn't care that I was doing and I need to do better, I go away from that person at that time and I try to look at it in a different way. Like, and what can I do? And what did I do? So maybe I need to do this. And it's not just for her, it's for me. Because I could have had a rough delivery. I could have been doing things that was negative to the relationship. But I wanted to do more healthier things. But I had to take a little time. When I come back, I got a resolution and action plan about how I like to move forward. When this made the relationship stronger. Because now she's saying that I'm not just coming back with the I heard you. I'm coming with a resolution because I appreciate how you came at me. The delivery was a little rough. But again, I caught this, and these are the things that I like to see instead of making it like a back and forth, an argument. And then later on, I see that you really change. Well, I don't change for everyone, but I change to better me. And it will help us.
Yes.
But a lot of times people want you to change just for them. My whole thing is don't be selfish. Look into a person and look for their greatness. And I think each and every one of us been in a relationship when you seen greater things from a person and they wasn't living up to their fullest potential.
Yeah.
That's what you tap into. When you tap into that, you make a stronger person, you make a stronger relationship.
There you go.
Not the pettiness. Stay away from the pettiness as much as possible because it's not going to steer them in the best direction. But when you push a person to greatness and they see that it's a person behind them, pushing them for greatness, you tend to respect them morally, physically, and it causes you to love them. They might not have ever loved you how they love you now because of the things you showed them.
Yeah.
And they see you differently.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
power I want to tap back into.
Yeah.
Because the hurt is something that we don't want to keep on manifesting.
Yeah, we don't want to keep perpetuating. How much time? We good on time? Okay.
You know, because it makes trauma. You know that, right?
Yeah, you traumatize yourself.
Yes.
Right? You
And
traumatize
you
yourself.
carry
because-
that trauma.
Here's one of the things I know, and this is, I kind of want to take this into a little
Go ahead.
Minecraft segment here a little bit.
I love some healing.
One of the things that I wanted to say before I get to the Minecraft piece is that whatever you are going through, whatever you have been hurt by in your past,
Mhm.
God is your answer.
Yes.
And one of the things that we cannot do is we cannot control God. So what I'm encouraging you to do is to look over your shoulder, and this is everybody, this is all of us, right?
Okay.
When I look over my shoulder, no matter what has happened, it was God's delivery. I was supposed to be there. I was supposed to be having that conversation. I was supposed to be, I got in trouble because he was trying to guide me in character. And, I wasn't nurturing my relationship. And so she fired me. And whatever the case may be, whatever happened back there,
Mhm.
God did that.
Mhm.
And so your only resolve needs to be with God.
Mm.
And so I want to move into our conversation toward how we heal
Okay.
over past hurts.
Okay.
And I just gave you the first answer. Ask God to heal you. Oftentimes, what happens is we're hurting all day, every day. We're hurting on a daily basis. We hurt during the holidays. We hurt during our deceased family member's birthday. We hurt, right?
Correct.
But we never recognize it. We never stop and say, I don't like this feeling that I have. I don't like this. I woke up this morning feeling kind of sad and depressed because it's grandpa's birthday today, and it always kind of makes me sad, and you're hurt by that.
Mhm.
But you don't stop and say, okay, I'm going to fix this hurt. And you don't have to fix it, because if you have a relationship with God, he will fix it. He will mend every wound that you have, but he will not do it until you ask him to do it. That is the way this life works. Nothing will come into existence until you put a request upon it, until you ask for it. That's what seeking ye shall find, and knocking the door shall be answered. It means that if you want healing, you ask for it. Ask for it intentionally. Ask for it every day, consistently. Ask for it until you feel differently.
Mm.
Ask for it until the healing takes place. If you hurt your leg or your back, don't you keep asking for healing for that?
Mm-hmm.
But yet you're holding on to a divorce, or you're holding on to a lost relative, or you're holding on to a failed business, and you ain't put no healing on that. I came up with a coin phrase this past week. We need mental band-aids. We need to learn how to apply mental band-aids to our mind. Because just as much as we get a cut and a scrape and a hurt and a bump and all that stuff out here, we get it inside too. We get hurt in our mind. We get hurt in our feelings. We get hurt. We get put to shame. We get frustrated. We get, we have these doubts, and there's all these things that are hurting inside. How do you heal a past hurt?
Mm.
And I'm going to just ask you to do this little exercise with me, Jay.
Right,
okay? And we're gonna show you how this works. It's a real simple exercise, but it can change your inner spirit to overcome the hurts.
Okay.
If we do not want to deal with past hurts anymore, Jay,
Okay.
what do we want to deal with?
I want to deal with successes.
Successes. What else?
I want to, and this is going to sound crazy. I like to remember some of the things that I know I didn't do right and try to focus to see if I can do better.
Okay. Doing better.
Because you have to change your mindset and to quit the blame.
Willingness to change. Okay.
And willing to be a better you.
Okay.
And again, I love your first one when it comes to prayer, because one of my prayers that I always ask for, I prayed for understanding, because I didn't understand why I was doing some of the things I was doing and why they kept leading me down a rabbit hole. And I know he has something greater for me.
Right.
So I pray for understanding. And with that prayer alone, he opened my eyes to a lot of things that I was doing.
Right.
And again, it takes you to correct some things for you can see some better things.
Right.
So these are some of the small things that I did through times I had to learn.
So watch this. All I did was just made a list. So we're at A. We're at past hurts.
Okay.
And we're going to B.
Okay.
B is moving on.
All right.
And so I just made a list of, well, if we don't want to focus on past hurts, what do we want to focus on? Do you hear the lesson here, folks?
I'm here.
Instead of focusing on the hurts,
Mhm.
focus on something else.
Yeah.
What do we want to focus on? We want to focus on successes.
There you
We
go.
want to focus on doing better.
Mhm.
We want to focus on being willing to change.
Mhm.
We want to focus on having a great future.
Mhm.
We want to focus on our new love. We're going to have new love one day.
Mm.
We don't know where it's going to come from and when it's going to happen. And watch this. Watch what I do with this exercise.
Okay.
I'm just speaking to myself. Stacey, you know what? You're going to let go of the past.
Right.
You're going to focus on your success, and you're going to do better in relationships. You're not going to carry on that same old stuff that happened in the past.
Mhm.
You're going to be willing to change, and you're going to focus on the future like never before. Your new love is awaiting for you, Stacey. All you have to do is prepare for it. You don't have to worry about the past. Let the past be healed. Let the past be filled with great lessons and understanding and wisdom.
Mhm.
But I'm no longer going to focus on the past. I'm now going to focus on the future. And my future is bright. My future is great. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be filled with love. I'm going to travel the world. I'm going to make lots of money. I'm going to be successful in my business. I'm going to be successful with my family. I'm going to you hear where my mind's going?
I'm here.
My mind's going so far that direction, I don't have any capacity to think about past hurts.
Mm. Like it.
So one measure is just hand it over to God.
Mhm.
The other measure is, quote unquote, prophesy the future. But you got to find a way to take your mind forward. Without the mind going forward, your life won't go forward,
Mm.
right? If you continue to operate in past hurts,
Mhm.
you are now creating future hurts, right?
I understand that.
Because what you're looking at is what you're looking with. And if you only see hurt now, then you're going to see hurt in the future. You'll never be able to see healing.
Right. You just manifested the same
You
thing.
just manifest the same thing. And that's how people's life works, is that because they don't get the healing, they operate in this repetitious cycle, and they don't understand why they keep manifesting the same people, the same experiences, the same BS.
Right.
Why? Because they haven't moved on, right? They haven't said, you know what? I didn't deserve that. I don't hold it against them, but I'm glad you got them out of my life. I'm looking for now the perfect Mrs. Right. Mrs. Right, she's gonna honor me, she's gonna be respectful, she's gonna love me. We're gonna have a great future. I will find love.
I like that. I like that.
I will find love, and I will find love again. But right now, I'm gonna take some time to heal myself. I'm gonna take some time to relax. I'm not gonna date. Here's what I'm doing. I'm commanding myself on what I need to do. Stop thinking about dating.
Right.
Get yourself focused on your work.
Right.
Put your head in your work. Go see your grandmother. You know, she always give you extra love. Make sure you call some friends. But now I'm going forward because I got a bright future. You'll never overcome the past looking at the past. You can overcome the past by looking at the future. And that's where your head should be. Vision, listen, this is powerful. Vision is the antidote to any level of fear. Because the further you can see where you're going, the clearer you can see where you're going, you have no need to worry about not getting there. You have no need to worry about what might keep you from having it, being it, doing it, etc. You just got your vision on the prize. I want to be the best. I want to be this. I want to be that. But sometimes, especially past hurts in relationships, the past hurt in the relationship should teach us that we don't need a relationship at all. You to think about that.
Bullet point.
Because sometimes when we go through those past hurts, we were doing stuff that we shouldn't have been doing.
Say it.
We knew that person didn't have our back a long time ago. We're pouring into them. And then 10 years later, we're hurting about it, but we gave up all the goods 9 years ago. Right?
Mm-hmm.
What that's teaching you is that you don't need somebody in your life to be happy, healthy, whole, and complete. You can be happy, healthy, whole, and complete by yourself. You could be happy, whole, healthy, and complete during the healing period until you're ready to bring somebody else into your life. By the way, it's not a good idea to bring new people into your life if you still got a lot of past hurts.
Say it again.
Because it's nothing but damaged goods being taken forward. It's like buying damaged goods at the grocery store.
Yeah, they mark it down.
Yeah, and you just don't know where it's been.
Now, it may automatically look at the value is less.
Right.
But I'm gonna give you one thing about when it comes to damaged goods, and I please work with this analogy. You're looking at a can that got some stuff on the inside. Like that's you got some good substance. Okay?
Yeah.
What's on the inside of that can, if you pour it out and you cook it, it's the best thing you ever tasted.
Right.
Because it's great substance. Somebody dropped it off the shelf and put it in. It never leaked. To the outside person, just picking up that can, it's been damaged, so it need to be marked down.
Right.
People don't understand how many times they've been hit.
The gift is on the inside.
Because you're looking at the outer. You forgot what's in it. Because you're judging from an outside exterior.
Yes.
And this is how we date, and this is what you choose.
Yes.
Not understanding the substance that's in it. I promise you, I've dated enough people in my lifetime that they never understood the substance that I had.
What's coming to my mind?
What's coming? Because I see it's by that big.
Let's say a woman, a dime piece,
Okay,
right?
okay.
A dime piece loves a fine man, a
Okay.
good looking man,
Okay.
right? But the last 4 or 5 good looking men have done you wrong.
Okay.
Break the cycle. Go find somebody shorter than you, not quite your size, and look into their spirit. Let go of the outer, let go of that damaged good on the outside, and see if they're still whole, if they're still strong on the inside. See who they are. And then what you'll find is that Mr. Right may not have a bright and beautiful package. Mrs. Right may not be a 9 or a 10 when you look at her from across the way.
Right.
But her heart may be all dime piece.
Yeah.
Who she are, she'll take care of you. She'll love you all the days of her life. Through thick and thin, sickness and death, she will be there for you. But you will not be able to see the good that's on the inner until you get to know somebody. Stop judging.
Exterior.
Yeah, stop judging by the exterior. And that could be why you are hurting from those past relationships.
I can tell you,
Because they weren't good people anyway.
in my future, what I said, is I recognize the substance that I bring.
Yeah.
So now I look for somebody to see what's in me, not just what's around me or what I just look like. I want to see if you see what God has for me. I want to see if you spiritually can walk with me. See, I have to change my approach because I know what wasn't being fulfilled. So when I start looking different and I start climbing high, I start holding a high standard. Because I was messing with some folks that would have never ever seen where I really wanted to be. They only seen me for a look, okay?
Well, look,
And my
or
thing is,
money or car.
right, and anything that they can get because it's a used word. But when you ain't really add no value over here, and value don't mean money because I wasn't looking for money from nobody.
Right.
I was looking for somebody to help push the goodness in me out of me. I was looking for somebody that can help me achieve a gift that's always been locked in me. And all they want to do is use the outer me. The outer me been through all kinds of things. But the person that unlocks the stuff that's in me is going to get an endless supply of goodness. And I like to say, I stopped looking at people or what they could do, and I start realizing I automatically manifested some people to see what's in me. And I'm starting to attract now people that talk to me on the inner level, not an outer. Hey, I see, man, you're doing great things. Or, man, I just love hearing from you. And what's your opinion on this? You know, it's another thing that's coming out of me now. And I like that movement better than the other. Well, what you doing today? Well, baby, I need this, and baby, I need that. Let's go playing. Quit playing. And start being more sincere. Because again, if you can speak things into existence, then why are you speaking little things? I'm looking for great things, and I need a great person on the side of me talking greatness, not this bull crap. And that's what I like to say sometimes in Atlanta. You know, that's what you get. No. Atlanta don't got nothing to do with that. A good-hearted person is a good-hearted person.
Yeah.
You need to understand Boaz, okay? And understand Ruth. She had a reputation before Boaz ever got with her. But I keep hearing women tell me about how I need a Boaz, but you ain't a Ruth. Quit asking for what the hell you ain't. But I hear it all the time. I see it on social media. But I need a man to do this, and that. And you ain't got no reputation that's good at all. But you want something better. You pray for something better, but you don't change yourself. That's what I'm saying. We have to start being more accountable. You know, and that way we can take a better walk. You just won't because you don't want to work. It don't have to work like that, but I promise you, the one I love, I care less if she's working out.
Yeah. The one that men love. Any man don't care about what a woman has and does and all that stuff. But if you've been taken, I hope that you don't get taken again. The objective here is to keep your past hurts out of your future opportunities. And if you can manage to do that by taking good care of yourself and letting go of what has unfolded, focusing on the future, you're going to find that a bright future awaits you.
Yes.
This has been Bar Talk with Jay.
Yeah.
My name is Cravmatic. This is my boy Smooth J. And we want to thank you folks for being here with us tonight. Again, this is just our opportunity to be leaders in the community. We're here every Thursday from 7 to 8 Facebook Live. Please like, share, subscribe, tell all your friends and family, and come back and join us in sharing some of this great wisdom that we share every week. Never forget, folks, that we love you. We appreciate you. And with that, we are out.
Ain't no last calls here.